The Buffalo Bills. How could the Bills emerge with the number one seed? Okay, well, first of all, obviously, they have to get to 13-4. But the Bills at 13-4 also have to make sure that they win the AFC East over the Patriots. So how do they do that? They need the Pats to drop a game, but not just any game. Has to be one of these two, the Jets or the Dolphins. The two AFC East games left on the Pats slate. That's how the Bills would catch the Pats with the tiebreaker in the AFC East. And then with all these other teams losing, the Buffalo Bills would be the number one seed.
And welcome back to yet another Buffalo Bills pregame. I'm your host, Randy. Dan and Jared are with me. Thank you all so much for being here with us as we prepare for another playoff season with the Buffalo Bills. So what are we even doing here for the rest of the regular season? Honestly, we haven't seen you all since the Tampa Bay game, and things did not go quite as well as we hoped. So we're going to get a chance to hear everyone sum up what they think about the Bills' performance since then. But I want to take the chance that I have real quick to go first. And I think that the Bills very often play up to the level of their opponent. Just last week, the way that they struggled to beat a team that they should have beaten handily is even further evidence of this case. And for that reason, I am not too terrified about this game coming up against, a perennial favorite in the NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles. But we'll start, Dan, with you. What do you think of the Bills' performance since Tampa Bay?
Yeah, so I think the Bills have definitely had some ups and downs, since then. I think they kind of kept in their stride as they always do. It seems like Josh really starts picking up around this time of year, and they start really getting their groove. Obviously, that Browns game, wasn't the best offensive performance by him, but the way James Cook has been playing those last few games have really been taking the pressure off Josh and making everything a lot easier. And like you mentioned, Randy, I think they definitely play up and down to their competition. I think the Bills, no one would be shocked at all if we beat the Eagles. And they have those games against the Dolphins or the Falcons or the Browns, where they also play down to their competition.
All right, Jared, do you also agree that I am a great analyst? Oh, Jared?
You asked me if you thought you were a good analyst. I said yes, but
yeah, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Go on.
All right. So I'll just quickly say about the Buck. Since the Buck, we beat the Bucks, so that was my last game in the stadium. So good way to go out. The only game we've lost so far is Houston, right? Dan, I hope you don't mind me announcing this, but you've been an uncle since we've last been here, and your nephew is 4-0. So I do think there is a slight pattern there, and I mean, hopefully he keeps it going, or else I don't know, I won't be happy with him.
Yeah, hopefully a long, long life if we keep that kind of record going for sure. Congratulations on your fresh unclehood, Dan. News for all of us. But yeah, we break all kinds of news here at the Buffalo Bills pregame. Such as the possibility the Bills and the Eagles both have playoff spots clenched up. Both have experienced teams in the playoffs and may be more interested in resting up their teams for a long run rather than putting a priority on a non-conference game this week, played in possibly not great conditions, considering that it's going to be like a rain-snow mix in the mid-30s around game time. Jared, what do you think the odds of Philadelphia not having their starters in?
I think they're still going to play their starters because right now they're slated as third. So they still have a chance to overtake either the Seahawks or the Rams. I don't think they have a chance of getting first, but I think they would like to get second. Like you said, it could be a bad weather game. So they're definitely, if there's any precautions they have to take, they're going to take them because they have 2 games to rest up before the playoffs. But yeah, just like the Bills, I think they're going to be playing to win because same thing with the Bills. I mean, yes, we could get first. We could get fifth, but I mean, I don't think the Bills are going to chance it either. So, I mean,
Would you want the Bills to rest? Would you want the Bills to rest players, Jared?
no, like again, like I don't want to just settle for sixth and move on. I want to. The Chargers are playing the Texans this week, the same week we're playing the Eagles. So one of those teams has to lose unless they tie. So that's a great opportunity to either knock off the Texans a little bit more so we don't have to worry about seventh, or passively pass the Chargers to get into fifth so we can go into Pittsburgh and have a much easier time in the playoffs.
Dan, we'll just have you sum up. Which team do you think is more likely to rest their starters, the Bills or the Eagles?
That's a tough one because they both kind of have a small reason to not play their starters, but for the most part, like, week 17, 2 weeks remain of regular season. I think that's a little too early to be resting your starters. I think if you have a chance to get a home playoff game, you do it. If you have a chance to get more than one home playoff game, you do it. The Eagles get that. They a lot of their success. Well, not to say a lot of their success, but they're during their Super Bowl runs, they've had all home games, so they understand the importance of having the home field advantage. The Bills understand it, so I think if you have a chance to get one or more than one, you do it. So I think neither team is going to bench their starters.
Jared, you guys want to respond?
Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing. So the Eagles have clinched their division. So one way or another, they are going to get at least one home playoff game. So I mean, that might weigh in a little bit. Whereas obviously the Bills haven't won an away game in the playoffs since the '90s. So I mean, we have not passed that test yet. So between the two teams, if anyone's going to rest anybody, it's going to be the Eagles.
Well, I hope so. As someone who works the stadium now, I have a financial interest in there being more home games. So come on, Bills. We discussed the bad weather already and the Bills' running ability to run the ball as of late. Dan, we'll stick with you for this one. Do you think that the Bills will have much success stopping Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, I mean, I think with guys like that, with Saquon Barkley and guys like Josh Allen, even James Cook, it's not so much how are you going to stop him, because he's going to make plays, he's going to turn a 2-yard gain into a 7-yard gain, stuff like that. It's kind of just containing him, making sure he doesn't have any game breaking plays, anything like that, and keeping him at bay, I would say. In terms of the Bills running, yeah, I think you keep feeding James Cook. He's having even better season than he was last year, so continue to do that as well.
Jared, which running back do you expect to have a better game?
Ooh, I mean, they're both doing really well. I mean, I actually want to say it's going to be Cook, to be honest, despite the fact that the Bills are one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. I'm saying Cook because he just has more yards right now. So, I mean, I think, yeah, Cook.
I want to say Cook too, because that means the Bills are leading and they're handing the ball off a lot. In a victory 24-23. That's my pick. Dan, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna go. I'm feeling like it's gonna be a high scoring game. 31-28 Buffalo.
All right. I appreciate the improvisation quality of your picks. All right, Jared, go ahead.
At the beginning of the season, I actually picked the Eagles to win this game. So I'm unfortunately sticking with the Eagles. And I think we really still have to respect the history of these teams. I actually have a clear memory of the last 6 games we've played against the Eagles, which you would think is kind of nuts because we've only played them 15 times. But like, I remember watching them in college. I remember Fitzpatrick's classic hard count, which basically won us the game in 2011. Remember Saquon, or not Saquon. I remember LeSean McCoy kissing the eagle back in 2015. I remember the first time Josh Allen really looked like a starter back in 2019 at that Eagles game where it rained. And then we had the overtime game last time. Very memorable Bills-Eagles matches, and most of them go to the Eagles, except for that one with Fitzpatrick back in 2011. So, but yeah, I'm unfortunately saying 27-24. But I really do think the Bills have a good chance to win this.
Do you have a warm spot in your heart as being the only NFC team that we haven't lost a Super Bowl to, though?
Well, I think it would be really bad if the Eagles made the Super Bowl and the Bills made the Super Bowl, because then it automatically is a loss, basically. So like if anybody else could make the Super Bowl, if the Bills make it, I would appreciate it.
All right. Well, you hear that, NFC East. That's a challenge to the 15 other teams. Anyone but the Eagles. You heard it from Jared. And we'll be back next week to memorialize the Ralph, the Rich Stadium, whatever you want to call it, that big old beautiful building we got there at Orchard Park. And we'll talk to you then. Thank you so much for watching Buffalo Bills Pregame. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Woo! He saw Jurassic Park for the first time ever. Elijah's mind was blown. It was really cool.
Oh, Dan, okay, you got it.